Hey there guys, welcome to AFC Game by Game. This is my preview for Sunday's game. Arsenal travelling to Goodison Park to face Ronald Koeman's Everton. A game that, I'm kind of looking forward to. That victory over Red Star Belgrade has got me feeling a little bit more positive about things. Granted, it was the most narrow of victories. Olivier Giroud coming up with a sublime goal to win us the game. But, I mean, let's not overreact on that performance. I think a lot of people have jumped on the bandwagon that yesterday was absolutely appalling, and granted it was a very unattractive performance from Arsenal, but we had a team that featured a back three of Mathieu Debuchy, Mohamed Elneny, Rob Holding. I look at that team and I think that team as a whole was not set up to win that game. I think Arsene Wenger was definitely prioritising the match on Sunday, and he was well aware that Arsenal didn't have to go to Belgrade and get the win. So that was a team that in my mind, and clearly in the mind of Arsene Wenger, wasn't set up to win that game. But you know what? We've won it. We're top of the group. We've got 9 points out of a possible 9, and we're doing that with a bare 11. It's not even like a rotated team. It's a Carling Cup side. It's even worse than some of the Carling Cup sides I've seen in recent years from Arsenal. A very, very threadbare side. Lots of positives we can take from that game though. Joe Willock sublime once again. Reece Nelson looking more and more promising as each game goes by. Jack Wilshere certainly returning to his best form. I'm really excited to see how he'll develop into this Arsenal team. I think there's a lot of positive to take from that game, the 3 points being the biggest one, but it's a confidence booster heading into that game against Everton, and more importantly, it's erased the defeat at Vicarage Road last week, because that was absolutely horrendous. We need to be seeing a much improved performance from Arsenal away from home against Everton. They have been dire this season. They're 16th in the league, I believe. They've been playing some unattractive football at times. But saying that, I mean, some of their results haven't really told the true story of some of the games. I mean, Koeman has played some good football with his sides. I think they have played at times good football, but for the most part defensively incredibly frail. I think we've definitely got to be looking to get a couple of goals in this game. At home they've been playing particularly poorly. The Everton faithful have been getting on the team's back, so hopefully that'll play to our advantage. We get an early goal in this game and they are going to be really, really on the back of this Everton side, so let's hope that's the case and we're able to get out there and claim what I hope is a comprehensive victory, and that is all down to Arsene Wenger making the right team selection. Now, of course, it's not really helped with the speculation, with reports breaking last night that Mesut Ozil has reportedly told his teammates that he is eyeing up a move to Manchester United under Jose Mourinho. Don't know whether to believe that or not, because last week we saw that his agent had said that talks were going positively with Arsene Wenger and Mesut Ozil wants to remain in the Premier League. Whether that's with Arsenal or not, I'm not too sure, but saying that he's having positive talks with Arsenal would imply that he aims to continue his career with us. But again, I don't know what to believe. We're going to have to see how this one plays out, but Arsene Wenger was quizzed about it today. Will he be keeping Mesut Ozil in the starting 11 for this game? Of course, we saw him absent from the team at Watford, but he came on, had that great opportunity to win the game for us. Unfortunately, the shot lacked conviction and we weren't able to claim the victory in the end. But it's a good chance for him to bounce back, I suppose. Would I be putting him back straight into the Arsenal starting 11? I don't think we've got much of a choice, to be honest with you, with Welbeck being out, with our other option only being Alex Iwobi at 21 years of age. I don't, given that there's been quite a negative bandwagon on Iwobi recently, I don't think we should be putting too much pressure on him. Give it to Mesut Ozil, our 29-year-old world-class talent, alongside Alexis Sanchez, two players that in 12 months' time might not even be a part of Arsenal Football Club. Probably it's looking like they won't be a part of Arsenal's future, so I'd put them two in behind Lacazette, and then I think the rest of the team is fairly self-explanatory. Xhaka and Ramsey in the midfield, Bellerin and Kolasinac on the flanks, and then a back three of Mertesacker, Koscielny, Nacho Monreal, and behind them Petr Cech. I would love to see Jack Wilshere start this game, but Arsenal's Instagram story, should I say, suggests that he's going to be playing on Tuesday night against Norwich City. The post simply said, do you want to see Olivier Giroud and Jack Wilshere link up again on Tuesday night against Norwich, which implies to me that he's not going to start this game on Sunday. And will Arsene Wenger be wanting to see him play for at least another 60-70 minutes following from a 90-minute game away from home on Thursday night? I think that's very unlikely, but he has played really well since coming back, and I would love to see him. I'd love to see something a bit different to the mundane sort of football we've seen in recent weeks. I think the team that I've just listed is a very strong one, is more and should get the win at Goodison. Can't take anything for granted, but should get the win. I would like to see an alternative to someone like Mesut Ozil, because we've got to plan for the future. Jack Wilshere at 25 years old, I mean, he's still got a lot of years to offer Arsenal Football Club if he can remain injury free. Could we be looking at a potential future with Jack Wilshere and Danny Welbeck in behind someone like Lacazette? even though that isn't quite the world-class name of Alexis Sanchez or Mesut Ozil, I think those are two players that give their all for the club. Danny Welbeck in particular, if he stays fit. I mean, the worry is they're two incredibly injury-prone players, but if we can rehabilitate them, then they are very good options for Arsenal Football Club. Danny Welbeck is one of our leading scorers this season. Jack Wilshere is evidencing that he's returning to form. I think that's a viable option there. I would still, of course, like Arsene Wenger to go in next summer if we do lose both Alexis and Mesut Ozil, and go in for someone like a Draxler, a Lamar, a Fekir, someone like that to fill that void. But we've got to plan for the future as well, and Jack Wilshere for me is a big part of Arsenal Football Club's future if he can remain injury free. Again, I'm putting a lot of emphasis on if, because we don't know how it's going to pan out. We've got to get this season out of the way and then take judgments from there. He hasn't even signed a new contract with Arsenal yet, so he might not even be a part of Arsenal come the summer. So for me, I would. He's still someone that I want to keep in mind, and I'd be keeping him in the team more and more regularly within the first team. But for me, he won't start on Sunday. Hopefully he gets at least 20-30 minutes under his belt in a competitive Premier League game. But this is a great opportunity for us to get 3 points at a stadium that we notoriously don't do well against. We are as well a team that other sides love to bounce back against, and we can't let Everton do that. Got to stamp our authority from the start, in light of Troy Deeney's comments that we don't have the cojones to go away from home and come up against big burly men. Well, we've certainly got to do that. Ashley Williams has shown that Everton are up for a fight, as it were. So we've got to go there, and I want to see players like Per Mertesacker, Granit Xhaka being the disciplinarians that they're so meant to be. I want to see an authoritative performance from Arsenal, and those are the kind of players that we should be looking to stamp our authority on the game. Got to have a bit of a battle, and Ben Mee the other night actually made a great point that Arsenal aren't. It's not a great point, and he wasn't just referring to Arsenal, but he said that you can have all the technical players in the world, but if you're not going to go out there and fight with these players, not like literally fight, but battle on the pitch, then it's a different ball game, and we've got to show that grit, that determination away from home. And we've been appalling away from home this year as a whole. We've been absolutely dreadful, and I firmly buy into the belief. I don't even think it's a belief anymore. I think it's a fact that this team is mentally unstable going to certain grounds like Goodison Park, and we've got to show that we don't have this frail, inferior mentality. But again, that just I could be reviewing this game even when I'm previewing it if we are to lose this game, which I sincerely hope we don't. But talking about things like Arsenal mentality stemming down from the boards to the manager, to players like Per Mertesacker, who's our captain but is only in the team because of an injury to Mustafi. It all relates back to that, and I really hope that in these final couple of years that Arsene Wenger's got at Arsenal, he can turn around our perception of what is meant to be a great football club, and I hope that we're able to get it back to where it's meant to be. But 3 losses from 8 games this season is abysmal. Let's not get it twisted. That is appalling for a club of Arsenal's stature, and losing to Stoke and Watford in those games as well. I mean, I know people have been saying that we should get accustomed to those defeats. We are a Europa League team now, but being an Arsenal fan, I just can't get used to losing to teams such as Stoke, such as Watford. With all respect to them, been playing some good football this season, both of those sides, but we're Arsenal Football Club, and I want to see a bit more from this team. And three losses is bad, considering we've only played 8 games, so we've got to put that right. And if we want to challenge for the league, which is looking unrealistic this season, and I think I'm putting it out there as an unrealistic comment, we've got to not lose any more games. But unfortunately, with City and Tottenham on the horizon, it's looking, I don't know, I won't get into that anyway. Please do drop a like on this video if you have enjoyed it. I hope you're looking forward to the game on Sunday. Let's get behind the team and let's start feeling a bit more positive about things following that fantastic win against Belgrade on Thursday night. As I say, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll be speaking to you very, very soon.